Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi The Leo, and today we are doing another pick a card. And this pick a card is all to do with what is going on in your current connection and if the person that you're thinking about is going to return. So if you have any love interest in mind, or an ex or a situationship where you haven't spoken, or you haven't heard from them in a while, there's been a bit of no contact, we are going to be getting down to the basics and seeing what's going on here and if they will return. But I do, before I get in the cards, want to say trigger warning, because I always say this, especially for these picker cards, I'm not here to tell anybody what they want to hear. I very much, my aim is to bring clarity to the viewer, you know what I mean? So I don't try to be blunt or anything in the readings. I try to deliver my messages as nicely as possible. But I do find in these particular readings, sometimes there can be like one or two piles where the energy isn't as fluid or reciprocated, and I always want the best for the viewer, you know what I mean? So these readings are to bring you clarity. I don't want to be sending out any false hope. I just want to be explaining the situation from the higher level, from spirit's level, and give you the best guidance moving forward. You know what I mean? That's always the aim with these readings. The reason I said that is because sometimes I go back and forth whether I like to do these readings, because sometimes I feel like they can give an energy of false hope, but at the same time I know a lot of people watch these readings to genuinely get clarity, or at least I do. So it's like I'm always torn back and forth. But at the end of the day, it's clarity that we are bringing, so that's why I'm doing this reading today. So before we get in, I'll show you guys the piles. So pile number one is the amethyst cluster. This is from left to right. I know sometimes people get confused, but left to right we have the amethyst cluster. Pile number two, we have the selenite bar. Pile number three, we have the amethyst rose quartz geode. And pile number four, we have the pineapple calcite. So do what you guys need to do to get in the zone. As I always say, pause the video, do whatever you need to do, and see which pile you're drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the comment section and in the description box below, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey pal number one, welcome to your reading. So what I'm actually going to be doing today as I tap into the energy, I already shuffled two cards, as you can see in front. So I'm going to shuffle the oracle first, and then we'll move into the tarot. I felt like shuffling while recording today. Normally I'll shuffle beforehand in channel because it takes some time, but today I just felt like doing it this way. I don't know why, but we are. So you guys chose the amethyst cluster, and the cards that came out for you guys were imagination and empathy. Now the energy that I'm picking up straight away with this energy, guys, I don't know whether this connection there's almost an energy like this connection never took off, almost like it could have been a relationship. When I think of this relationship, and I don't know whether it's their energy or your energy, there's this energy of what could have been. Like, that's how they're making me feel, like there was just a false start. I don't know whether you guys used to speak a lot, like text a lot, call each other, FaceTime, but when it comes to the actual 3D, the actual concrete, I'm just being made to feel this energy that nothing came of it in a way. Like, there was a lot of imagination, I'm hearing sensuality, so I feel like there was a lot of lust and a lot of intensity between the two of you, especially this person to you. I feel like this person feels very sexually attracted to you. There's something about your, like, there's something about your hair. Like, I don't know whether you have like really nice hair, but they're taking me to your hair, your lips, and then I'm also being taken to, like, I don't know, if you're a female, maybe you have a very curvy body, or if you're a male, you have a very muscly body. I don't know why I'm just being shown that, guys. Remember, take it as it resonates. This is a general reading, but there's a lot of desire, and I feel like because you two could not necessarily bring it into the physical to make it a relationship, there was no solid ground for the relationship. In a way, it ended up causing a lot of desire because there was no, I'm not going to say physical interaction, because I feel like some of you guys did have, like, you guys were at least intimate with each other in some sort of way physically, or there was something, but there was almost like an ungrounded element to it. It was very idealistic. I feel like your person is very idealistic. I feel like your person, when they step towards your person, is funny because they seem very grounded and very like 3D, very focused on the material world. but yet they have like an imagination where they're very idealistic. Like they fall for an illusion in a way. I'm not saying that like you were too good to be true or anything like that, but it's like they make things up to be more of what they were in their head, and they kind of idealize, they put on a pedestal, and the minute that bubble is burst by like the mundane, like real world, like when it comes into reality, like maybe there's an argument, maybe something doesn't go the way that they want, it's almost like the bubble bursts and they just don't know what to do anymore. Like that's how I'm being made to feel. But I feel like there's something that they couldn't pinpoint with you, because I feel like how they were drawn to you and being taken to the heart space. We have the empathy card here. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Like, I just feel like, I don't know whether you gave this person a lot of chances, but I feel like you, even though there was an element of fantasy on your side too, you did see their heart in some way. I feel like you guys have a beautiful energy of like seeing people's heart, seeing people's feelings, like seeing the inner child in people and wanting to heal that or fix that. I don't know whether you guys sometimes draw in a lot of broken birds or people that have just like come out of relationships. Like, I feel like you guys naturally have this healing energy and you want to heal people. And I feel like this person, I don't know whether they're wounded from childhood, I don't know whether they're wounded from ex-relationships, but there's a part of them inside that doesn't love themselves. And I feel like you gave them a lot of love, you gave them an ego boost, you gave them that unconditional energy, and you kind of comforted them in a way, and that's what they were drawn to. You know what I mean? I feel like it was more, because when I first got into it, it seemed like there was more like an idealistic approach and it was more about looks, but I feel like underlying there was this hearty energy. They felt such comfort with you, but because they are so ruled by their ego, ruled by the material, they were always using their logic and their mind over their heart. And I don't know whether this person chose somebody else. For some of you guys, they might have done. There may have been a third party. This is only if you know about it. If there isn't, just leave that float by. But I just feel like this person would always step into relationships with this sense of logic of, what can this person give to me, what can this person do for me in the material world, forgetting how I don't think they have a sense of what real love is in a way. They're more focused on how somebody can kind of scratch their inner wounds. Do you understand what I mean? Sometimes people have these wounds and they're not getting into a relationship because of actual love. They're getting into a relationship because maybe they had everything done for them as children, and now they're looking for like a motherly person to jump into a relationship with, or a fatherly person to jump into a relationship, so that they can have everything done for them in that situation, so they don't have to do much, so they can ride off that person. Or it can be an energy of somebody wanting somebody to be maybe quite toxic in a way, be kind of quite jealous and possessive because it gives them an ego boost, so they run to that instead of listening to their heart, where you guys would have been giving them pure love. It's like they're looking at it, they want it, it resonates, but they don't know how to deal with it because they don't love themselves, and their shadow and their ego is overriding their heart space. Their heart space isn't entirely open, and I feel like that's what you've been up against in this situation. I feel like this person is almost they bite, what's this saying, they bite their nose to spite their tongue, is that the saying? That's what Spirit are kind of showing me. They'll put their heart away, they'll put their feelings away, they'll put those true you know, those higher vibrations away to fit in, or have maybe something given to them, or have a more shallow based relationship that suits their ego more. I feel like that's an energy that they are kind of running around in circles with. I feel like they've been in that energy for some time, is what I'm being told. So I'm going to pull some more cards, guys, and then we'll get into the tarot to see if this person will be making their way back. So that's just what I pulled from those two cards. Pile number one, can you show me the connection between pile number one and that person? What is going on here from a higher perspective? What is going on here? Okay, we have gentleness here. Shall I put these up here? Yeah, I'll put gentleness here. And we also have free spirit. Put that by here. I'll move these over because I'll be putting the tarot down in a second. I feel like it's worth noting, guys, that the back of the deck is discernment, which I'll get to in a second. With gentleness here, I feel like maybe in the past when you two did fall onto each other's paths, you were somebody, I feel like you had wounds that you were working on when you first met each other, but I feel like you're somebody that transforms a lot. I feel like you're somebody that shifts a lot, and I feel like if there's something negative that you were holding on to, you are purposely going to heal that. You are going to work on that, and I feel like you are somebody that has really worked on themselves. But I feel like when you were first drawn to this person, I don't know whether there was wounds in your heart space or whether it was more to do with your self-worth and your self-confidence, but I feel like there's something about trust being broken with this person, or you I don't know what, there's almost like when this situation started happening, there was an imbalance. You were pouring all of your love into this person. You were giving, and they would taking. And I feel like you didn't realize it at the time, but that was a wound within yourself where you felt in order to have love, you had to give in order to receive, but it was never like the receiving wasn't happening at a level that you deserved. But instead of looking at it like at the start as, okay, this person doesn't deserve what I'm giving them, they're not giving me anything back, you looked at it like, what's wrong with me? Am I not good enough? Do I need to give more? And you'd overextend. But I feel like you've stepped into a time now, I'm feeling, where you're a lot less I feel like you've worked on yourself, you're realizing your self-worth, you're in the phase currently where you're either working on your self-worth or you're already transitioning out of that phase where it's like, I know my worth, I know what I have to bring to the table, I don't need to force somebody to stay in my life. Like, that's the energy that I'm kind of picking up with you. But I just feel like even when you were feeling so negative, even when you were feeling so insecure, you were so gentle with this person, you were so loving with this person, you would listen to this person, you were a friend to this person, you genuinely cared about this person, you know. And I feel like that's why you sometimes come back to this situation and wonder. It's not necessarily sometimes that you're even stuck on it, but it's just like, I genuinely cared. And I feel like you're the type of people that when you care, you're always going to care to some capacity. I don't know whether you've got like Cancer prominent in your chart, Pisces prominent in your chart, but when you care, and that's always there because you have such a pure heart. And I feel like the comfort that you brought, the like sweetness that you brought, the love that you brought to this person, they do see it, they just don't know what to do with it because they don't treat themselves like that. This person does not treat themselves very kindly. This person's very critical of themselves. This person's very, hard down on themselves. And I feel like if you are offering true love and purity to a heart that is not open or a heart that is broken, what it can almost do is trigger a wound, because it's like, I've never received this, or I don't even give that to myself, and it can kind of like trigger that wound where they may even try to avoid it altogether because they don't understand it. They can then become avoidant, they can then come like run away. So I don't know, maybe this is why, if this person has ghosted you in any way, or this person would go silent on you, I feel like this is why. They literally didn't understand the purity. They didn't understand the love that you were given. They didn't understand the pureness that the love that you had for them. It was like, why? Like, I feel like they're very because they're quite egotistical with their approach, they would see you like openly giving your heart, openly giving your energy, and they would be like kind of confused in a sense of like, why do they do this to me though? Like, what, like, why do they do this to me? Like, why did they feel that way so openly about me? Because I feel like, I don't know whether you guys are Leos, but you're very connected to your inner child. And I feel like you almost have this sense of innocence with you where you're very vulnerable with your heart, in the sense that you will just give your heart. Like, you will just give your heart. You don't expect people to necessarily do you over. You don't expect people to have to put their wounds on you. And it's like you almost have this childlike sense to you where you will just like give your love, you know what I mean? And they are so disconnected, Spirit is showing me, to their childlike self. They are so disconnected to their inner child. And the key to the heart, the key to the soul, like, it's through that inner child, you know what I mean? And it's like they're so disconnected to it, they just don't they can't quite understand it. You know what I mean? They can't quite understand it. It's like, how are they able to be so pure? There is almost some slight envy towards you in a way of like, how can they be so pure and open with their emotions? I can't be like that. They are so it's like they're a little bit perplexed by you in a way, you know, like they're very perplexed, but it's like they're so drawn to you at the same time because you're I'm hearing you're like a rare gem. You're a rare gem. They haven't met anyone like you before, and they're so drawn to you because you're so different. And that in a child, that light, that pureness within you, what they're drawn to you about is it's healing for them. It's healing because they're so disconnected. It's like being close to you. It's like it almost makes them feel in touch with their own, you know what I mean? But the minute that they have to step up to reciprocate, you know what I mean, that's when they run away because it's like they're too scared to embody their inner child. They're too scared to embody their heart to its full capacity, you know what I mean? There's some wounds there. And with the free spirit card, guys, they see you as a free spirit. There's almost this energy about you where you're ever changing, you're always shifting, and it's like, say now they don't speak to you, because it's showing as a splintered connection where it's like you'll speak, then you won't speak, then you'll speak, but it's like every time they do speak to you again, it's like you're someone else, or you're somewhere else, or you're doing somewhere else, like somebody, I don't know why I'm being shown like lilac hair, like literally this color hair was just shown to me, so I don't know whether you guys, because if they're showing me lilac and you know it's on the head, I don't know whether you guys are into spirituality, you know, big crown chakra here, and I'm hearing Drake in From Time with Janae Aiko, that song, and he sings you're a flower child, like I literally heard that literal lyric, so I don't know, like maybe that has any significance, but I do feel like they see you as very free spirited, very intriguing, because I feel like you almost, they're so for the social norm, they're so for I gotta get this expensive car, I gotta make this money, like I've gotta like show off this particular relationship, and I've gotta be the way that other people want to see me. But you almost rebel in a sense that you are not like that, like you're like, I don't care for this and I don't care for that and I don't care, like there's an unconventional energy towards you, or just this nomad energy towards you, where you go against the norm in some way, and it's almost like it's because you're following your inner child, you're following spirit, and they're looking at you and they're almost like it's funny because there's envy here, there's some envy from your person here, they are envious of you. It's coming through it. I'm not gonna I don't mean it in a way that it's like when they've hurt you, when they've stepped away, they've done it on purpose because like out of spite because they were envious. I don't mean it like that, but I just mean it like when you do show emotions, because I feel like you are quite expressive with your emotions, or you do call them out, I feel like there's this energy of them, how can I explain it? It's like a self-hatred within them, or a self-dislike within them, or there's no self-love or self-worth. So it's like when I'm not saying they enjoy shattering the illusions when they step away, but it's just that, how can I put this in the word spirit, like to make it sound like I'm feeling it, like it's like they I'm trying to put this in the words. Sorry guys, let me just try and find my words to get this into. Okay, so they, like I said, they daydream about this connection too. They're very idealistic about this connection too, which in a sense is kind of a part of your inner child, because your inner child likes to imagine, right? But I just feel like they're too scared to bring that into the physical. That in itself hurts them in some type of way. So it's almost a sense of like, if I'm hurting, I'm going to step away. So it's like when you're upset, if they do ghost you or when they do pull away, it's almost like they don't think of your feelings because they're more focused on their feelings. It's like, oh, I don't care that, like, it's not that they don't care that you're crying, but it's just like, this was never going to happen anyway, like they need to get their head out of the clouds. But really what they're actually doing is projecting their emotions on you. It's almost like, I don't know whether they've told you like maybe this was never going to happen or blah blah blah, I don't know whether they've said that to you, But it's almost like if they have been nasty to you, if they have been mean, if words have been said, it was coming out of spite because they were so hurt that they couldn't have. How can I put this in? This is so hard to put into words. I've never had a problem putting something into words this much. They want a connection with you. They want to be free-spirited with you. They want to be on your level of consciousness. They want to be at your level of like pure-heartedness. But they do not know how to do that. So when they've projected any fears or worries onto you or made you feel less than, that was them out of spite because they knew that they couldn't get onto your level. That's what they're trying to say. I hope that's been put into words. It's not that they envy you when it's like spiteful, but I feel like if they have said words to you, it was almost like, how do they get to have emotions like that? How do they get to be so like pure? I can't embody that right now. I can't embody that. You know what I mean? Which is a lie that they're telling themselves because they could if they did the inner work. But they're more focused on holding up appearances and filling voids. So they're making their bed and following that while you are out here healing, transmuting that energy, moving on, being that free spirit. And I'm hearing they watch you. They watch you on social media. They watch you doing this, and they're still in envy of, I can't even fit in that person's life. You know what I mean? And where I'm pulling from here, guys, I'm pulling from like their inner emotions. I don't even feel like this is something that they would ever say out loud. This is their inner emotions that I'm feeling, you know? Right, so I'm going to ask if they're going to return. I hope that wasn't too long-winded. I think I've talked for 20 minutes. There we go. I just go off and off. My Mercury's in the 3rd. So I just talk and talk and talk. So Spirit, is this person going to return? Is pile number 1's person going to return? 2 of Wands. They've already thought about it. I'm going to put this here. They've already thought about it. This person may be overseas or in another country or live quite far away from you. Maybe you're in different towns. I'm actually hearing towns. You're in different towns. I don't know, but there's almost a feeling of you being quite far away. I don't know whether someone's blocked somebody, they're looking at you from another account or something like that, but they're watching your social media and they think about stepping back to you. I don't know why I just shown a flame emoji. They're wondering if the spark will still be there. They're wondering if you're still holding that light for them. Because you see with the gentleness card here, and this guy's holding the light, you hold a light for them. What is that? I've got a bit of a wool on my table. You hold a light for them. And they're wondering if you're still doing that for them. And we have the Hanged Man. Yeah, they wonder if you're still holding that light for them. They're wondering if you've moved on. They know that there is some, I'm not going to say that they necessarily play games, but they know what they know that they can't give you what you want. And I feel like you've spent quite a bit of time upset because you felt like you were beneath them, or you felt like you weren't enough for them, when really I feel like they look at you and they don't feel like they're enough for you. You know what I mean? And it's like they actually dread the day where you decide that this connection is not worth the hassle and step away. They dread it. And they're worried that you've done that, because I don't know whether you guys have gone through a spiritual awakening or some sort of ascension, or you've just been working on yourself, but I feel like you guys are stepping into a time now where you're like, I'm not doing this anymore. I am not putting up with this anymore. I see right through you. Because what I will say is, sometimes when I look at tarot and I look at like people and they talk about, let's just say like the twin flame situation, and you hear people say like, you know, my twin flame is with somebody else and I'm waiting for them to come back, but they're my twin flame, but they've hurt me. And it's like, I'm not disregarding twin flames. I'm not going to go into the whole speech. I'm not disregarding twin flames at all. I believe we have people that are for us. But the thing is, if somebody is with somebody else and has hurt you many times, no matter how much you may be soulmates, no matter how much you may be twin flames, that person in this life has disrespected you. And if you're waiting for somebody while they're with somebody else, who is actually to say that they're going to heal in this lifetime and come back? Who is actually going to say that they're going to heal and, you know, come back with this pure heart? Who's to say that? Because sometimes with twin flames, it can take lifetimes for them to actually meet and be ready for each other. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're here to trigger a wound and then not be with each other again. That can happen too. So if somebody is with somebody else and, you know, there's like a waiting, you're discrediting yourself and you're not facing up to that wound that needs to be healed. And I'm not saying that's you guys, but there's this energy here of you in the past held a light for them. I don't feel like you do it anymore. You held a light in the past for them. You held love for them in the past. And I'm not saying that you don't hold love for them anymore, but with this discernment card, I feel like you're a lot more wiser now and you're seeing this situation for what it is and you're realizing your worth. And this person fears that you will be done with the situation. And I feel like, I don't know what happened between you guys before you ended up watching this video, but there's an energy of this person feeling like they may have pushed you to the edge. This may be the final straw, and it's almost like they're crossing their fingers to hope that this isn't the final straw with you. But I feel like it is. Like, I feel like you guys watching this are like, I don't want to be messed around. If you're not going to do the inner work, well, I've done so much inner work. I'm not your healer and I'm not your teacher and I'm not here to carry you, because I feel like this person looks for people in relationships that carry them emotionally, carry them in many ways. That's what they look for. And you're not that type of person. You're quite independent in a way. And I feel like even if you're watching this and you're like, well, I'm not independent, there's a free-spiritedness to you where you, I'm being shown Pocahontas going like just around the river bend, you know that song? There is an independence towards you where you don't rely on people. There may have been codependency issues with you in the past, but I feel like you've worked on them. You don't rely on people. You don't rely on relationships to fill a void. You don't do that. Is this person going to come back, Pile 1? Is this person going to come back? Okay, so we have Temperance. If this person is in a relationship right now with somebody else, I do feel before they step back to you, there's going to be an element of them actually working on themselves. There is going to be an element of them like filling up their own cup, or at least they're going to, this person knows that they need to heal and work on themselves. If this person isn't in a relationship right now, they may be doing that right now. I do feel with this person, like, they know that they need to work on themselves, but there's this avoidance. And I do feel like they will actually realize that there is some work that needs to be done. Is this person going to come back? Is this person going to come back? Yeah, okay. I feel like if they're in a relationship right now, if they are seeing somebody else right now, I feel like what they're avoiding doing is working on themselves and healing themselves. So they run to relationships or people or empty connections that somewhat give this illusion in the material world as being able to fill up their cup. And I feel like they play with this person's inner childhood wounds or just shadow self, you know, like inner wounds like that. Shadow self that would have grown as they would have had their heart broken. Does that make sense? The more we have our heart broken, the more we go through like pain if we do not heal it. And I feel like this person doesn't. Our shadow self can grow bigger and bigger until we decide to deal with it. And this person is trying to avoid that. So I feel like this person jumps to connections that are going to fill up that cup. And I feel like there's either going to be a significant connection that they get into that is really going to hurt them or have them realize what's actually going in, because whatever they're getting into, guys, it's a karmic situation. Or if they're not in a relationship, they're either going to invest in somebody that is going to they're either going to invest in somebody that isn't going to give back, and they're going to realize that they've just kind of been played, or this person is actually going to go through a healing process. This person is actually going to heal, because the Nine of Swords, when we look at grief, when we cry, we release, right? And I just feel like a lot of this person's wounds is going to come up, because even if we hold down our wounds forever, and even if we like isolate ourselves and still decide that we're not going to be in a relationship, but we still don't do the work, these emotions are going to rise in some way. And I feel like either way, spirit is trying to get this person to heal. This person's spirit guides is trying to get this person to kind of grow up in a way and actually deal with these emotions. And I feel like they're not listening and just jumping into other connections or trying to fill voids with other things. And I feel like there's going to come a breaking point where they do heal. I don't know whether they'll reach out to you in the meantime and you may shun them, or you may ignore them, and that could trigger it. That could also be an energy here. Pile number 1, we have the Lovers card. I'm hearing that Katy Perry song, The One That Got Away. This person sees you like that. Pile number 1, is this person going to come back? Oh god, too many cards spilled in. Spirit, can you clarify the Lovers? Is this person going to come back? Can you clarify the Lovers? King of Cups. This person has a lot of pride. I feel like this person could be going through so much. I feel like they are. I feel like this person goes through so much like inner conflict, but on the outside they come across as the King of Cups. They come across as somebody that they're not going to show it. They're not going to show that they're hurting. They're not going to show that they're hurt. They're not going to show that they're angry. You know what I mean? They're not going to show that they're upset. They're not going to show these emotions. They bluff. They, you know, even if they are in a connection right now, it's all posing, guys. I want you to know that this connection that they're in, it's posing. It's smile for the camera. It's like, oh, I've got everything that I wanted, but inside it's just not. It's not even touching the sides. It's not filling a void. They're looking for external, but I feel like this person is trying to front. This person is trying to front that they're like everything's going okay and everything's perfect. That's how they're trying to front. But I feel like this person yeah, this person thinks about you. This person thinks about you, like this person thinks about you a lot. And there's a nostalgic feeling here. I don't know whether you guys always come back together, but there's this energy of always coming back, always thinking back to you. They look on your social media for sure. Is this person going to come back though, Spirit? Like, I'm not getting a yes or a no yet. Is this person going to come back? Yeah, they feel restricted. Guys, I don't know whether they're in a relationship right now or they are going to enter one, but it's not going to make them happy. It's very much... you know, like when crows or birds jump to something shiny, the person that they end up in a relationship with is actually going to be quite controlling and manipulative, and they're going to feel stuck. They're going to feel confined, and they're going to feel stuck, and they're going to feel like they cannot get out of it. I do not know, because I don't know whether this person may end up getting somebody else pregnant. Again, this is literally general, guys, take it as it resonates, but I was shown that, and I have to kind of honour what I'm being shown. Like, I just feel like there's something where this person's going to feel stuck. They're going to want to step back to you because we had the Knight of Cups. This person's going to think about coming back to you. This person's going to want to step back to you. What I'm actually picking up, I'm picking up a scenario where things may fall apart in this connection. They'll try and come running back to you or run to you, hoping that you will forgive them. But I feel like at that point it's going to be too late. You would have moved on. You would have seen them for what they were. Or you just would have healed the situation. You don't want to entertain it anymore. Or you may even be in another relationship yourself. And out of fear of being alone, because they don't want to heal these, they then want to jump back to the same situation because it's like, well, I don't know what else to do, so I'm just going to jump back to this situation. That's how it's coming across here. So I do feel like there is an indication that they will be back, but with a Knight of Cups by here, they try to come off as the King of Cups, but really all they have to offer is the Knight of Cups. And the thing is, with a Knight of Cups, the Knight is not the King yet. This cup isn't as full as what the King of Cups would present. You know what I mean? And I feel like they can't give you what you want still. And I feel like you're coming to a point where you're wising up to that. You see that now. You see that they cannot give you what you want. And as much as they front to be the King of Cups, this is all that they can offer you. And I feel like you're not going to be interested. You're not going to be interested in a half-ass. You're not going to be interested in it. And I feel like you're gonna leave this connection where it is. When this person comes back, you're going to be over it. You're not going to be interested. And you're going to see through the BS. But I do feel like they'll be back. But it's not going to be worth it. You're just not going to... I just don't feel like you're going to care very much anymore. So the answer is this person going to be back. I do think they are going to be. But I feel like when they come back, they would have created more karma for themselves and they will have baggage. I don't know whether this is a child. I don't know whether this is just like a crazy ex. I don't know whether this is just even more hurt. But they're going to have even more baggage, I feel. And you're just going to be like, I'm not your healer. I'm not your healer. I'm not in that situation anymore. I'm wise to this situation. I'm gone. Yeah. Because I feel like you see... There's an energy, even if you can't see it now, I feel like you're stepping into a time where you can see a lot clearer. And there's an energy of you focusing on your goals and your work, or even fitness and being taken to fitness. Just yourself, developing yourself and not dealing with this situation anymore. I feel like what's happened here is you've leveled up, you've healed. I feel like you've gone on some sort of spiritual awakening and they have stayed going round and round in circles. And I feel like you've outgrown them. And it's okay if you think back to them sometimes, because I feel like you may. That's completely fine because you cared about them. Of course you think back. It's sad to leave people behind. It's sad to ascend. You know what I mean? But I feel like you'll realise at one point, especially when this person comes back, there's almost like a realisation of, this person could never have given me what I want and I didn't actually lose anything. So I don't know whether there'll be somebody new in your life at that point. But there's just this energy of, yeah, this connection wasn't worth it. And I'm glad I stepped away. And I feel like this person's looking at you then like you're the one that got away. Because this person's heavy on your social media. And I don't feel like that's going to stop. So that is all I have for you guys, pile number one. I really hope that you enjoyed. I hope this brought you clarity in any sort of way. I'm sending you guys lots of love. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey, pile number two, welcome to your reading. So we are currently taking a look at the connection with you and your person. We're going to be tapping into the energies that are going on in this present moment of you guys watching, and we are going to be looking at if this person is going to return at any point. So the cards that I pulled initially, guys, are healing, surrender, empathy, and friendship. So just looking at the inner cards here with surrender and empathy, I'm picking up this energy in this connection where there was some sort of tower moment. There was a breakdown in this connection. Something fell apart. Something fell through. And I feel like there was a hearty connection here. There was love here. I do feel like you are for each other. But there's just this energy with this tower feeling that surrender card is giving me. Where there was almost, I'm not even sensing a false start. But there was two people, or maybe just one person in this connection that was wearing a mask. Now, I don't mean that in the negative sense. I don't mean that in the sense that this person's wearing a mask. This person isn't being true to themselves. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that I don't know whether this person doesn't have a lot of self-worth, a lot of self-confidence, and I feel like they may try to put themselves out there as something that they're not. They may try to be everything that they thought that you wanted, or they just weren't stepping towards this connection with their whole heart. They were holding themselves back. They were holding their emotions back. They were holding their feelings back. And the thing is about this type of connection is there was this hearty feeling there. There was this feeling there. They did feel these feelings towards you, but it's just like when we're not given our true self, nothing true can really flourish. You know what I mean? We have a plant. If we only water it and we don't give it any sunlight, it's not going to flourish because it's not getting any sunlight. So it's like there's part of this situation between you both that was not being nurtured. You know what I mean? And I feel like this person was not expressing their full emotions, or they were just holding back in some way, or this could have been both of you, you know? But I just feel like there's a 5D energy here. There is an emotional feeling here. There is a there's emotions connected here, but it's just this feeling of it not being able to come into the 3D yet because there wasn't any grounded work. So I don't know whether you guys were speaking through text, but you weren't necessarily with each other in person, or whether there's just this energy that it was a very imaginative, it wasn't brought into the physical. But there's something like something needed to fall down in order for there to be a breakthrough. Something needed to break down in order for there to be a breakthrough. You know what I mean? That's how I'm feeling here, because there was something that wasn't right within this connection. Maybe you both needed to heal. Maybe a wound needed to be healed first. And that's kind of what I'm feeling. I feel like you or just your person was stepping towards this connection with a lot of triggers, a lot of hurt, and a lot of, I'm hearing abandonment issues is what I'm being told. And I just feel like there was a lot of triggering going on. And I feel like for you guys to actually work on that and release that, I feel like you had to be apart for that to happen. You never would have been able to heal from these issues had you been together. And I feel like this has brought on a lot of healing energy for you and your person. Even if you guys don't feel it now, I feel like it's bringing up wounds from the past. You know, it's bringing up wounds from the past. It's bringing up parts of you that you didn't realize that you weren't addressing. You know what I mean? Maybe it was abandonment issues. Maybe one of you gave a lot and the other one would take, and there wasn't a balance, and one of you needs to learn why you can't give so much, and one of you needs to learn why you give so much. You know what I mean? And trail that back and release it. There's a lot of triggering going on here, a lot of mirrored wounds going on here. I feel like you guys do feel so intensely together, but it's just like, when it does come into the physical, there's wounds being hit, there's wounds, there's sparks being, it's almost like there's sparks flying, like there's this intensity, but then there's just this, there's two inner children kind of coming out, especially on your side. It's like your inner child may have wanted to give them a lot of love. Maybe you didn't receive a lot when you were younger, or maybe there was just a part of you that people please, you know what I mean, as a result of something that happened in your childhood, and you're learning to kind of heal that now. But this connection in itself is bringing about a lot of healing. But I feel like what was underlining, I don't know whether you guys were friends first, but there's this energy that you get on as friends, you laugh together, there is a friendship here, there is a connection here, you know what I mean? Because the thing is I was gonna maybe say maybe this is a karmic, and maybe for some of you guys it is, but the fact that there's the friendship card coming up, it's like there is a love here, there is a friendship here, there is a connection of some sort. When we look at karmic relationships, it very rarely comes from a friendship or ends in a friendship, or there's very rarely an underlying friendship there. It's usually kind of immersed in toxicity in a way, and negative wounds. And although there's wounds coming up here, there's this level of you really caring for them and they really caring for you. There is a level of that, but it's just like there's a lot of healing that needs to take place between the two of you, and that's what's happening right now. And I feel like that in itself is what's caused the breakdown of this situation, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the tarot cards, guys. I do want to say at the back of these decks, both of them, guys, you have grief. So I feel like, I don't know whether this connection breaking down was really hard on you, because it wasn't just like the wounds of maybe abandonment with this person, or the wounds of whatever they would have brought up to you, but it's also the wounds of your childhood. Like they're mirroring these deep wounds within you, and vice versa, I'm being told, which has caused some sort of grief here. You know what I mean? It's almost like even if this person has ghosted you in any sort of way, you're grieving a loss, but it's taken me back to childhood, and there's something that you are needing to, whether you've already done it or not, look at where this actual pain is coming from. What are you actually feeling this feeling for? You know what I mean? Where is it actually coming from? Where's the root of this? That's how they're kind of telling me to explain it to you. And the fact that you picked the selenite, when we think of the selenite kind of takes all the negative energy, helps remove all the negative energy out of us. And I feel like this relationship's almost showing, especially on you, because I feel like you're very watery in a way. It's like you're more open to healing than your person. It's almost creating this clear out, getting rid of the clutter, but to release these negative energies and these emotions and fears of abandonment, etc., etc. To release them, we have to have them mirror us so that we can feel them and finally allow that emotion to come up to the surface and release. And I feel like that's what you're going through, and I feel like that's why you picked this card as well. There's a lot of healing that's come as a result of this connection. And we also have re-energize. I feel like right now that's what's happening in this connection. I'm removing these cards now, guys, because these are just the back of the deck. But I just feel what's happening right now is there a clearing out of the clutter, and I feel like you two had to be separate in order for a healing process to take place. But I do feel like there is going to be some sort of communication in the future, but I'm going to pull tarot and see what's to come in the future. So Spirit, for pile number 2, is that person going to return? Is that person going to come back? I don't know why I'm being shown a car. I don't know why I got shown that. Yeah, we have the 5 of Pentacles, which talks about loss. It talks about being left out in the cold, and we also have the Devil. So I don't know whether this person has triggered abandonment issues in you, but there's an energy, maybe it could be them, but I feel like it's more from you. You feel like you've been abandoned, you've been left out in the cold, you've had a loss in this. It's almost like feeling like your person isn't necessarily going through what you're going through. But this is really mirroring, guys, with the Devil shows 2 people and they're chained. And I feel like this is, I feel like you've been chained to subconscious fears that you didn't even realize you had, like abandonment wounds, like fears of not being good enough, like fears of somebody leaving, like fears of somebody breaking your heart, you being vulnerable and somebody taking advantage. There's fears among love here. I don't know whether you guys witnessed a relationship that broke down, but there's fears in regards to that. And I feel like that's what's happening here. This person has triggered them in order for you to heal them. That's what's happening here. And the fact that these are coming under the healing card, it just shows there's something within you that was mirroring for you guys to finally release, because it was getting in the way of a true loving connection. You know, it was getting in the way. I feel like some of you guys maybe, you know, breaking generational curses or something like that. We have the King of Pentacles. Is this person going to come back? Pile number 2. Is this person going to come back? Is pile number 2's person going to come back? Is pile number 2's person going to come back? Oh my god, these cards are kind of like just jumping out, and there's multiple cards jumping out, and I just feel like your mind at the moment is not either your mind or their mind. Maybe you guys are kind of going through it right now, or maybe you're in the midst of shadow work, because it took me a while to connect to your energy. So I don't know whether you're really dealing with this releasing and really doing a shadow work and not knowing where to go. I feel like my head is muffled, you know? That's how I feel right now. I feel like I can't think straight. It's hard for me to get my head around this situation. And at first I thought it was just like, okay, maybe I need to ground again. But as I'm shuffling these cards and they're jumping out, they're kind of confirming that there's an energy here where everything feels like it's been flipped on its head, or there's just like a confused, and basically it feels like how I felt when I was doing a lot of shadow work. That's how I feel. That's what I feel like you're going through right now. So I'm sending you guys lots of love. Lots of love at this moment in time. Pile number 2. Is this person going to come back? Okay. We have the 7 of Wands, and another card popped out that was Death. I feel like while you're actually feeling these emotions, releasing them, doing the shadow work, letting go, I don't feel like your person is choosing to do that. I feel like your person is almost batting off these emotions. This person's coming through as very defensive. I don't know whether this person's quite arrogant. I almost feel like this person's quite, they like to keep their emotions contained. They don't like to show that they're going through something. They'd rather ignore and pretend everything's fine. They like to keep face. So that's how they're dealing with this. But the thing is that you're actually allowing these emotions to come through and transmute them and release them. So that once it's out for good and you can move on and you're closer to a beautiful divine connection. Whereas this person is choosing to not release them, have them stay in their energetic field, bat them off. But the thing is with that is, it's kind of like, you know, when tea in a teapot starts burning, it starts making that noise. At one point it's going to burn until it like literally, you know, it's just bubbling over. And I feel like this person is happy to hold them down, not thinking that they're going to come out and bubble over, and they will. And I don't think this person realizes that. So I feel like whatever wounds came up, I feel like you try to talk with this person, or you try to express your emotions with this person, and I feel like this person may have cut you off in a way. This person didn't want to hear it in a way. This person took it as a defense, which was a part of them. When somebody is putting in a boundary, or somebody is showing their emotions or putting out their feelings, if they take that as like, oh my god, I need to step away, batting somebody off, like, I don't know whether there was like a blocking involved or something like that. When somebody does that and kind of ridicules you in any way for feeling any sort of emotion, it's because that person is avoiding, and that person is avoiding because it's too painful to feel. Their own emotions are too painful to feel. They'd rather just live in the material. They'd rather just not deal with any of that, because they're too scared to tap into their heart space and into their divinity, really. And I feel like that's what this person's choosing to do about the situation. And I do want you guys to know, you can't heal anyone either. You keep focusing on your own healing and releasing your inner wounds, and you releasing your demons, and you letting go of all this hurt, and focus on you. If this person's choosing to fight the connection, if this person's deciding to fight any sort of emotion, just allow them to, because it's not your role to heal. And I said this in pile number 1. I see people and they say, oh, I have a twin flame and I'm waiting for them and I've been waiting for years and they're in another relationship, or blah blah blah. But it's like, that's all well and true if somebody's a twin flame and a soulmate, but who's to say that they're actually going to heal in this lifetime? We don't know that. So why would we wait? Why would we wait for years while somebody's off doing their own thing? That's a discredit to ourselves and our soul's journey. We need to heal and keep moving forward. Energy isn't supposed to stay fixed in one circle. It's supposed to be mutable and move forward. And if somebody isn't choosing to heal with you, you've got to keep moving forward and keep healing yourself. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's just going to go round in a loop. You know what I mean? You're just following them around the fish tank. That's what I'm feeling. And I feel like right now, obviously this energy can change, but right now they're choosing to fight it. They're not choosing to deal with it. Pile number 2. Can you clarify death for me? Is this person going to come? Okay, so we have the Sun. I feel like there's a big shift coming in for you, but I don't know if it's going to be... I feel at one point it's just going to get like, okay, I really need to face up to my emotions now. There's only so long you can stay numb and not deal with your inner emotions. Pile number 2. Is that person going to come back? Is pile number 2's person going to come back? Okay. I'm going to say yeah. I feel... For a start, I want to say you are really going to heal through this. This is making you a more stronger person, a more confident person, a more self-confident and self-dependent person. You are really healing some really deep wounds. This has really triggered some deep feelings. But your ability to feel them, let them go, release them, you are really going to rise up, and Spirit are calling you to focus on you right now. Stay focused on you right now. Do work on your goals, your dreams, your fitness, and let that be your outlet. And do not look to this person right now, because they are still choosing to stay in the energy of fighting their feelings, right? Now, this is a general reading, but I do feel like for a lot of you, you deciding to shift, you deciding to become mutable and transmute out of this energy is bringing you to a freedom of self. The sun represents clarity, and whenever I see the horse here, horses represent freedom. I feel like you're liberating yourself. Look how positive this is. You're liberating yourself from this and stepping into this by healing, right? But what I do feel is this person's almost going to watch from the sidelines, you healing, you stepping into your own, you know? That storm that maybe some of you guys are still in, it's going to be over and that sun's going to come out and you're going to be basking in that sun. And I feel like that in itself is going to trigger this person to see your happiness, to see where you're at. And I feel like they may go through the same situation, because what comes here is temperance and justice. Now, I do want to say, because this is general reading, Spirit are telling me to see this as split. So for some of you guys, if you truly believe that this is your connection, I do feel like this person will work on themselves and get triggered by you having moved on and being in your light. And I feel like there may be a connection for you in the future, but there is another half of you guys, so take which side of this story resonates for you. There is another half of you guys where you are just going to completely transcend this situation, and this was just a wound, mate. Somebody that brought these wounds out of you for you to heal and move forward and be self-dependent on self and not look to anybody else for your self-worth and self-confidence, and to become more balanced. And I feel like beyond that, you'll become whole within yourself. Not that you aren't now, but I just feel like you don't realize your true potential right now because of these wounds. But once you've released these wounds, you're going to realize your true potential, and I feel like you're just going to move forward, and I feel like a divine connection is going to meet you from there that will not be this person, because I feel like for some of you guys this person will stay stuck. But this is a double, they're showing me it's split. For some of you guys, this person is going to get triggered by your healing and decide to heal too. For others of you guys, I feel like you guys are just going to move on. But what this connection was bringing you, it was taking you from the devil, which was somebody who had some inner wounds that were causing you to stay in this lack of abundance. Transmute them, find your clarity and freedom, and step into this temperance justice energy where you're a more balanced individual. And this person was your teacher. That's what I'm being told. Now, will this person come back? I'm going to say, because Spirit haven't indicated that in the tarot cards, but Spirit are telling me that this person will show up when you least expect it, but Spirit's calling you to focus on you. Stay connected to you. Focus on your path. Do not get sidetracked by this person. There's just this energy of they may, especially in the next 6 months or to a year, try and reach out, but it's just not, it's going to be something very flippant, like, you still mad at me, liking photos, watching stories, but not messaging, something very lazy, something with a lot of effort. And I feel like a lot of you guys, because you are going to be stepping into this energy, it's almost like I'm not accepting these empty cups. And I feel like you might not even reply, or you just won't be interested, because you'll see through it. You'll see that clarity, and you'll see that they're offering empty cups. And like I said, for some of you, that will trigger them to work on themselves. But for others of you, they're just going to stay in that energy. But Spirit, the reason that they're not necessarily given a pinpoint, don't talk to this person or blah blah blah, they're just saying to focus on you, is because I feel like there's a part of your lesson that they don't want me to necessarily blur, of you listening to your own intuition, you listening to your own you know, your own mind and your self-worth and your self-confidence, and really determining whether this is for you. There's a part of your journey that needs to determine this for yourself. So they're leaving it a bit blurred there, like you determine whether this person is worthy of you or not. And they want to leave it with you in regards to that, whether you let them back in, but they will be in contact. But I want to say that the energy I'm feeling of when they'll be in contact, I'm going to say this and say, this is me, not spirit. I would, if you were coming to me, because I see you guys as my friends, if you were coming to me as a best friend and I felt this energy, I would say that you are worth so much more. Like, I just don't feel like this person's gonna pull out all the stops like I feel like you deserve. I don't feel like this person's very flippant, this person's very half-assed. And it's not just with you, it's like with everybody. They're just like that with everybody. It's almost like they want people to carry them in a way. That's their energy. But I do feel like you're going through this healing right now, and I'm sending you guys lots of love. You will hear from this person, but I feel like you'll hear from this person when you're in this energy, when the storm is cleared, when you're feeling more balanced, when you're feeling like you've released a significant amount. That's when they're going to show up. And it's for you to determine whether you allow them to really step back into your life or not. Spirit is saying that's up to you. So that is all I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed that. I'm sending you guys lots of love. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pal number 3, welcome to your reading. So we are currently taking a look at what is currently going on in this connection, and we are also going to be looking at if this person is going to return. So what I've done is pulled 4 oracle cards for you guys, just to see the basis of this connection, what is really going on in this present moment, and then we'll start getting into the tarot. So what I'm really picking up here, I feel like you guys haven't been in contact for some time. I feel like this person leaving, this person being released from your life, I feel like this, in a sense, especially for the moment that they were in your life, it was almost a blessing in disguise. I feel like in some ways, the connection for what it was when you were first in it, which is obviously the connection that you're asking about, I feel like there was a level where this person maybe held you back in some ways without you realizing it. I do feel like there was maybe a distorted energy with this person. And by that, I mean, I don't mean that in a negative way. I just feel like you very much see the light in people, and that's just like one of the most, I'm hearing that's your gifts. You have a beautiful heart, but it's like, I don't feel like this person gave you all that you deserved back. And I don't feel like this person, there's just this energy of this person not seeing your whole worth, in the sense that they didn't, I'm hearing they didn't realize what they had until it was gone. But there's just this energy of like, they don't see you clearly. Like, I feel like you're very light spirited. I'm almost feeling like a fairy energy, like air energy. I don't know, you guys are like Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but there's like a fairy, like ethereal type of energy coming from you. And I feel like I feel like the way that you look, I feel like you're extremely attractive and very alluring. And I feel like this person was drawn to you for that, but I feel like you're so much more than that. Like, you're a very intricate, deep soul, and I feel like you have so much to offer in so many different areas. But I feel like this person, they never allowed themselves to dive deep and see all that you were. It's like they were being allured, and I'm not saying that you were like, oh, you were alluring them in. It's not like that. It's your beauty, it just shines, like I'm feeling. But that's what they were drawn to. But it's almost like this shallowness of not seeing like your actual deepness and your worth. And there's this energy that they will see that as time goes on, but it's like you have so much abundance within you, and I feel like this person almost blocked that in a way, or distorted that in a way. I don't know whether you put a lot of your self-worth in this person, but there's just this energy that you have a lot of gifts. I don't know whether these are psychic gifts or just talents that you have. I'm hearing like creativity, because they're showing me the number 3. I feel like you guys have a lot of avenues that you could go down. Like you're very abundant and just bright, and I just feel like this person didn't even scratch the surface with you, but they almost looked at you like you were this shining light that they wanted to maybe show off, but they just didn't. It never got to go deep. They never saw your heart. They never saw your trials and tribulations and your strengths and what you went through that make you the person that you are. I feel like you come across as this very sweet, bright energy, and then inside, like, there's almost like, I don't know whether you guys are like a stellium and like Aquarius or something, or maybe like an Aquarius moon, or maybe like a Scorpio moon, but there's just a Gemini moon. There's a lot that goes on within your mind. It's the energy that I'm picking up, like Marilyn Monroe, and I think she had, what did she have? I think it was Neptune. Was it Neptune? Yeah, it was Neptune in the first house. And this is the energy they're making me feel. Don't worry if you don't have Neptune in the first house. You guys may. But there's this energy of, with Marilyn Monroe, she actually was very, very intelligent. There was a lot to her that we didn't know, though. All people know of Marilyn Monroe was that she was this beauty icon that everyone looked up to, and a lot of the males in Hollywood projected this sex icon onto her. But she was more than that, She had so much going on in her mind. Like, she was an Aquarius moon herself. She had so much going on, but no one saw her. Nobody saw Norma Jean. They saw Marilyn Monroe, and it was what they wanted to see. And that's what happens when Neptune is in the first house. It kind of distorts how other people see you, and they put their projections onto you. And I feel like because of your beauty and because of your sensuality, this person projected like, oh, this is like the perfect person. But it's like they were never opening that book and reading the chapters. It was like they like the cover, and if they had read the chapters, there was so much more to you that you had to offer, but it's like they didn't see that because they didn't allow themselves to see that, because I feel like this person's quite shallow. Like, I'm gonna completely be honest with you guys, I feel like this person's quite shallow, and I just feel like with you, I feel as well, you unravel very slowly. It takes a lot to break your walls. That's why I'm picking up Aquarius. Like, I just feel like it takes a lot to kind of get into. You see things from a higher perspective. You see things differently to the way other people see things. And I just feel like this person just isn't on that vibrational level that you're on, in a way. And I'm not trying to put this person down in any way, but I feel like there's so much abundance within you, And I feel like this person maybe made you feel like maybe you felt like you had to rely on your looks and try hard in this situation to keep them focused, but that was kind of rejecting other parts of you or something like that. But I just don't feel like this person saw you, and I feel like sometimes you have trouble with that, people really seeing you, because you're such a beautiful soul and you radiate such beauty that people don't even read beneath the lines, because I guess in society today, everybody just wants that shiny toy. They don't really want to go deeper, you know what I mean? People can be like that, and I just feel like this person is very idealistic in a way, you know what I mean? But I feel like spirit are kind of telling me like this person, when they were around, almost blocked your blessings. And I don't mean like they blocked your path, but it was like they blocked you from seeing your entire potential. And by that I mean, I feel like you had to dim your light to fit in with this person, and I feel like sometimes you've had to do that in life, and I feel like you're learning to not do that anymore. But with this person especially, they're very for the material world. I'm having this theme a lot with this reading, actually. This person's very for the material world, and I feel like they only care for like the 3D, and I feel like you had to kind of dim your light, or you felt like you had to, or even you subconsciously ended up hiding parts of yourself to fit what they would have wanted in a way, or to be on that vibration because you did like this person, and in turn that was dimming your light and blocking a lot of your potential. And I feel like when I feel like this situation may have gone back and forth, or even if you're not speaking now, I feel like there was almost a weight lifted when this person left, that you could just be yourself again and not have to worry again. That's how they're making me feel. That's how they're making me feel. So I'm going to pull tarot and see if they're going to come back. But honestly, guys, I just feel like you're a very eccentric, fun, really out there, original person. And I feel like this person has somewhat of a sheep mentality, and they're quite idealistic. They're not really connected too much to like their soul mission or anything like that. And I just feel like I just don't, they're showing me it's like chalk and cheese, like you're very different, and sometimes opposites attract, but you want somebody who sees your heart and your soul, because that's where you radiate from, that's where you pull from, and you apply your heart. And I just feel like this person, it's not that they're choosing not to apply their heart, but they just are they don't see things that way. It's kind of, they're quite, it doesn't even feel like 3D, it feels like 2D. They're just very for appearances, and that's been a theme that I've been picking up. Because it's funny, I will say this, right, last year when I was doing a lot of these readings, it was coming up that there was a lot of healing, and I almost tried to, when I was doing like love predictions for each month, I tried to refrain from doing them last year, because especially towards the end of the year when we were going through so many shifts, a lot of the people that I feel like is you were healing, so I knew that not a lot of big relationships were going to come in, because it doesn't happen when there's healing. But now this year when I'm tapping into them, there's a shift where people like you yourself have healed, have been shifting your energy, you're coming into your energy now, and there's this imbalance of people that are staying in one timeline and people that have ascended to another timeline. You know what I mean? Now I'm seeing a very big shift. It's funny that I'm picking this up in the energies, and a lot of the themes are certain people are wanting to stay stuck in the material and what they can show, while other people are choosing to like rise up and use their heart. And I'm not saying one is better than the other, but we are all here on like our soul missions, and we're all here to, you know, connect with spirit. And when we're the longer we stay away from connecting with spirit and we connect with our true emotions, we're going to be stuck in the material, and we're going to be stuck in running around in circles. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing a lot of the other person, when I'm tapping into these energies, is more stuck in a wheel of material and filling voids with money and relationships that they think will suit their ego, you know? And I feel like people like yourself, myself included, are choosing to rise up and choose their heart. And I feel like they're coming into more soulmate connections, and are, you know, coming onto those timelines where some other people are kind of like staying in a loop. But the thing is that, you know, we're all going to ascend to that point in some way. We just got to allow them to kind of work through it, you know? Is this person going to come back? Pile 3. Is this person going to come back? Is this person going to come back? You do care about this person. This is the thing. This person, yeah, this person's very ego-based. Very ego-based. Very for themselves. Very about their coin. Very about, you know, Instagram, cars, I don't know what, you know, like just the material. It's almost like they have a vision of what they want, like maybe their parents had it, whereas like two people like together making loads of money, but it's just like, they have a very narrow-minded approach to what they're going to have, and it's almost like they want love, but it's just like they move with their ego. To have love, you've got to move with your heart. You guys have the right idea, I'm hearing, but they are focused on them and mine. And I feel like you're very for people. You're very for others. A lot of Aquarius energy coming through from you guys. And Pisces as well. Yeah, this person's very me. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This person's very me. Yeah, we have the 7 of Wands. Yeah, this person will cut off their nose to spite their tongue. It's come up in another reading too. Like, they're very, it's almost like they're batting away what's real so they can continue living in a delusion. That's the energy I'm picking up from this person. Will they be back? Pile 3, will they be back? They will be back. I just shared that before I even pulled out any more cards. They'll be back. They'll be back. The thing is, deep down, I feel like this person does want, like, you know, like the traditional, like, married kids, that sort of situation, house, family, kids, dog, cat, fish, turtle, I don't know. They want that. They do want that, but it's like they're living through their ego. They want to come across, I don't know whether this person's a male, or they just have very masculine energies, but the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and then the Emperor, they're very in their masculine energy. They're very in their practical energy. They think practical on what will be beneficial to them. So anything that may, yeah, and this is limiting them, look, it's the Eight of Swords, it limits them. It's limiting them from having a more freer connection, but we have the Devil. Guys, I just feel like they will be back, but the World. I do feel like they'll be back, because Spirit are kind of indicating that to me, but with the Two of Swords at the back of the deck as well, I just don't feel like this person wants to see the truth. It's like they're happy. The way Spirit are showing me, they have a delusion of what they want, which is very material, very 3D, very physical. They will not allow their emotions to overwrite that, even though they have emotions for you, because they do. But it's like there's something about you that keeps them going back, which is more of like a hearty resonance. They do feel some feelings, but it's like, I feel like they have an image that they want to obtain, which is very practical, and I just feel like you challenge that in a way. You tear down those walls. Maybe you I don't know whether you guys are just empaths and you reflect wounds to them, and it's like they're running from that, or you call them out and they're not used to it. You call them out, you know? Why do you want to have like this car? Is it because it's like gonna validate you? Why do you want this? Is it because you think it's gonna validate you? Why do you do these things? Like, I feel like you may even speak their wounds back to them, and if you don't, you just reflect their wounds back to them without even you realizing it. Like, they may fear losing control of the situation, and what I do feel with you guys is you are a bit rebellious, you're a bit free-spirited. That is reflecting a wound back to them, because they're like, oh my god, I don't have control over this person, I don't have control over this situation. So their mind's like, I don't know whether this is going to work, I don't know whether this is going to work. But they're stuck in this rigid, old, like outdated mindset that they're not, this is a very fixed person. This person may be a Taurus, Virgo. I know Virgo isn't necessarily a fixed energy, but I do find, especially with Virgo suns, like, they are very for obtaining sometimes like an image, especially when there's a lot of masculine energy accompanying it. Like, they're very for obtaining an image and how they come across to others and perfecting that to other people. This person's stuck in an ever-ending loop, it feels, and it's like there are ways to get out of it, you know what I mean? I feel like you guys have a lot of empathy for this person, but it's like they're choosing to live in fear and stay in this Emperor, this fixed, this energy that doesn't necessarily bring them much happiness, but it's just like they're not, this person's just quite, I'm gonna say it because I have to be honest, this is a very shallow energy, and I just feel like you're too vibrant, you're too bright to be dimming your light for somebody. There's an energy of don't swim out of the deep end to come into the shallow end, because that just doesn't even fit. You don't see whales trying to catch food in the shallow end, like coming right up to the top of the sea, do you know what I mean? They hunt for food and like in the deeper waters because it's more fulfilling for them, and there's an energy here of don't swim to the shallow end for them, you know what I mean? If they don't want to grow and they want to stay as a little, like, think of a tiny fish. If they want to stay as a plankton, let them stay as a plankton. You know what I mean? Like, there's just this energy, and the thing is, like, obviously we wish them well, but I just feel like this person's happy and fixed staying in this energy. They don't want to shift, and there's just this energy of you deserve more. I feel like this person will be back in touch, but right now their ego's controlling them. Right now their fears are controlling them right now. Their pride is controlling them. They don't want to apologize or say that they were wrong, because it's like that would be them coming off their pedestal, and they fight very hard to stay on this pedestal. But I feel like this pedestal is built on delusions. If this person is with somebody else, it's not that fulfilling, but it's like, this will do because this person will fall in line. And I feel like you're not somebody that will fall in line. Like, I feel like the relationships that they tend to go for will do as they're told, and will kind of let them control it to an extent. And I don't feel like you're somebody that can be tamed. I feel like you're here to be a free spirit. You're here to be eccentric. You're here to be... You're here... I'm hearing a lot of you guys are light workers that pick this pile, and I just feel like this person just... They're just not there emotionally. They're just not that emotionally developed. I'm not saying that they're beneath you. I feel like sometimes when we talk about it, sometimes it can be taken in a way where like, oh, this person's beneath you. I'm not saying this person's beneath you. They're just not emotionally developed the way you are. They don't live through their heart chakra. They don't live through their higher chakras. They're very much based on themselves and their ego. And if that's how they're choosing to live in this lifetime, and that's how they're supposed to live in this lifetime, then we have to kind of accept that. But you do not have to dim your light to stay on this. I feel like you'll be releasing this, you know. And there's an energy here with a waiting card. Don't wait around for this person, because I feel like there's better, you know. So if you find yourself feeling like you're waiting for this person, there's a lot better out there for you, you know, that will match your vibration and your heart and your mindset. Your mindset, you see things so beautifully in a way that other people don't. And I feel like you have a soulmate that is going to be on that level and be at that vibration and be at that, have that mindset. I don't know whether you guys are calling in a Sagittarius, but I'm hearing like there's an energy like around like Sagittarius. I'm hearing Pisces again, but I'm also hearing Cancer. But I'm just more so Sagittarius more than anything. So I don't know, maybe they're referring to that, like you may meet them as you're like learning something, like, I don't know, like astrology or something like that, or maybe you may go traveling. But there's an energy here, someone with Sagittarius very dominant in their chart or something like that is going to come in for you. That is going to be more uplifting of you, and I feel like they'll add to your light, whereas I feel like this person subtracts from your light. They don't see all that you have within you, because they don't even see that in the world, you know. They're not there yet. So that is all I have for you guys today. I really hope that this brought some clarity for you guys. Keep shining, guys, because your energy that I'm tapping into, I absolutely love it. So just keep shining. Don't dim yourself to make other people feel happier. You know what I mean? If you don't worry about what you're reflecting to other people, you keep shining that light, because that's what you're here to do, right? Okay, that's what I'm hearing. You guys are light workers. So keep shining your light, guys. I'm sending you guys so much love. And by the way, I just want to say, this is how Spirit chose to explain your energy: abundance and blessings. Like, that's you guys, you know what I mean? You keep it pushing and you keep shining your light, because that's what you have within you. But like I said, I'm sending you guys loads of love. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pal, number 4, welcome to your reading. So we are currently taking a look at what's going on in your connection and if your person is going to come back. So what I've done, guys, is I've shuffled a few cards to begin with, just so I can look at the overall energy of this connection, and then I'm going to be pulling tarot to see if this person will be making their way back to you. Now, what I want to say, guys, straight away as I tap into this energy, I do feel like this is a soulmate connection. I wouldn't be saying it otherwise. This is a much more of a stronger, this feels destined in a way. The other 3 were very back and forth. There was a lot of shifting, but this is like, I do feel like you're supposed to be together in some sort of way, but I feel like you're still growing into who you are supposed to be, if that makes sense. You're growing into your purpose and finding your way. There isn't a lot of animosity that I'm picking up on. There's not a lot of negativity that I'm picking up on. There's not a lot of back and forth in the sense of it being quite toxic. I do feel that there is something to be gained from this connection, for sure. The fact that we have success here as well and purpose, I feel like you guys are part of each other's soul tribe. I feel like you guys are part of each other's, I feel like you're soulmates. I feel like you're soulmates, and I feel like there's just a lot shifting for the two of you right now. The thing is with soulmates, like, people like to think it's like, oh, we get together, we're soulmates and we're together forever, but we can go through shifts. We can go through, you know, one of us will ascend first and then the other one might ascend a little bit later. It's not always this structured, a straight line that everyone likes to paint it to be. It's not. And I feel like that's the case for you guys. You're going through certain shifts in your life. They may be going through some like certain shifts in their life. I don't know why I'm being taken to travel. Maybe one of you is living somewhere else or something like that, like across the seas or something. I don't know why I'm being taken to like Asia. I don't know why I just got taken there. That's just, take that as it resonates. That may just be one or two of you I'm tapping into, but there's a shift in here. And I'm hearing cultural differences as well. It's hard for you to bring your worlds together. Like, that's how there's something that's stopping you, like bringing your worlds together. But I do feel like this connection is destined. I do feel like you're supposed to be together, basically. I do see that there's a purpose in this. I feel like Spirit's saying not to wait, like in a sense, like don't be holding yourself off from doing what you're doing to wait for this person. Don't hold yourself back. Focus on you and your happiness and keep moving forward, and keep knowing that whatever is for you is going to be for you. You know what I mean? Let me move these up because they're kind of slanted a bit, aren't they? What's for you is always going to be for you, and I want you to know that. But it's like, at the same time, I do feel like there's more to come for this situation. There's more to come. There's a psychic connection I'm feeling here. Like a psychic connection. When I look underneath and I have the inner knowing, like there's just this knowing, there's this soul resonance here. Like you feel like you've known each other before. You've been in lifetimes with each other before. You know what I mean? And perseverance as well. I just feel like, I don't know whether you guys are really connected to spirit. I don't know whether, I do feel like you are. I feel like you and maybe your person. Maybe your person's going through some sort of spiritual awakening right now, or maybe you've triggered that in them. But there's a lot. I just feel like this is just, there's a lot to be gained here. That's how I'm feeling. There's a lot to be gained in this situation. And I feel like your spirit guides as well. Your spirit guides are helping you with this. That there's an energy like you're from the same soul tribe, and I feel like not everybody from the same soul tribe kind of incarnates on earth at the same time, and I feel like they may be guiding you towards each other or helping you work through some sort of situation. For some of you guys, you may have met this person through work or something like that. Pile number 4. Pile number 4. Is this person going to come back? I just want you to know, if you were wondering, is this person my soulmate? Yes. Like, Spirit just said, tell them yes. I wouldn't say it otherwise. I just heard yes. Absolutely yes. Queen of Wands. There's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of passion. Yeah. There's going to be a new beginning for this connection. There's going to be a new beginning. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of light here. You two are very connected in the higher realms. I feel like you're meant to do something here together, to be honest with you. I feel like you're both manifesting each other in at the same time as well. Oh my god, guys, literally, the Lovers shot out. You're meant to be together in this lifetime for sure. This is a divine connection. I don't know why I was just shown horses. Take that as it resonates. Maybe you guys like ride horses, or you have a horse, or they have a horse. Maybe you just like horses, you know? But that's coming through. I really do feel like this person's, I don't know whether this person's like working away or, look, I do feel like you're gonna build together. This is an energy where you're either gonna work together and build an empire, or you're going to just build a family together, build peace together, build happiness together. This is going to come back into fruition, but they're showing me like timelines and it having to be right. I don't know whether you guys I don't feel like you guys have gone back and forth, but there's this energy of like waiting until you are both in the right alignment for something to really progress. Divine timing is really at play with you guys. There's a lot of shifting. It kind of reminds me of like, you know, Janae Aiko and Big Sean. I don't know whether you guys are aware of their relationship, but Janae is very connected to spirit. She always has been. Her music's always been very like ethereal, very connected to the higher realms. The way she speaks, a lot of wisdom. Big Sean necessarily wasn't too much like that, right? When they got together, you know, you could tell their relationship was somewhat intense in a way. There was a lot of, they kind of twinned a lot, but there was a moment where the relationship kind of broke down. And I was watching, because sometimes I watch like psychic readings on celebrities to see if they pick up on what I'm picking up on, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I'll like, if I'm interested, I'll like tap into their energies and see what's going on. And there was one tarot reader, I think it might have been Wisdom and Light. She's like a really good reader for like celebrities on here, and she tapped into their energies and she basically said Janae had ascended. Janae had gone through another awakening, whereas like Big Sean had not yet gone through it, and that's where the disconnect had happened. But what happened was Big Sean ended up elevating too, and now these two are back together. Now these two have made their way back to each other, and I feel like this is a very similar connection, you know, because when you see them now, they're always together. It's like this divine connection, and he's talking about a lot of spiritual themes in some of his music, and that's because he's ascended. And that's due to them ascending together in a way. She kind of went first. There was this bit of a breakup, but he followed. That's what's happening here. That's what's happening here. I don't know whether they ascended first and then you followed, or you ascended first and they followed. And if you guys aren't, you know, that connected to spirit, it just may be there's shifts going on right now. You know, there's shifts going on in your worlds, and you want to wait until the dust is settled before you step towards this connection. But it's going to happen the minute I shuffle the cards, because the thing is, with the other three piles, it was very, you know, I had to deliver messages that I necessarily didn't really want to do, you know, do. And I was very prepared going into this connection, like, okay, this is going to be like maybe a situationship or something like that. And then I tap into this energy and I'm like, nah, this is soulmate. This is soulmate energy. There was such a different feel to it, which is a good way to end the pick of card, to be honest. Pile number 4, is this person going to come back? I mean, I know they're going to come back at this point. Look, guys, 9 of Pentacles. This person's going to step back. There's a lot of abundance to be had here. I feel like you guys, I don't know whether there's already children involved, or you guys will end up having children. That's how they're making me feel. Like you guys may have babies together. I don't know why I just got shown like a rainbow, but then I also got shown like a garden with like, you know, sometimes, what are they called? Sun catchers? There was almost like a butterfly sun catcher or like a crystal sun catcher in a garden. I do not know why that was shown to me. So that may be something that you have in the future in a house of yours, or maybe this person or you have something. I'm being taken of fairies and the fae. So I don't know whether you guys work with the fae or work with fairies. I'm just being taken to like tree nymphs and things like that. Take it as it resonates. I'm just really being taken to like woodlands, like mythical energies and like deities and things like that. That's where I'm being taken. I don't know whether that's something you're gonna get into, but I just feel like you have a very ethereal fairy like energy about you, because they're showing me the fae and fairies, and you know, I don't know whether you guys have like a green thumb and you like have a lot of plants and flowers or something like that. Like, I don't know why that's coming through. Oh my god, guys, look. Oh my god, the 10 of Cups. Guys, this is, honestly, this is a soulmate connection, seriously. I'm just here to tell you, like, I feel like you're gonna have babies. I see it. I can't believe these cards. This is, look at this. I'm so happy for you guys, because this is beautiful. If you guys aren't even speaking right now, this person's gonna ascend. This person's gonna reach your level. I do feel like they'll reach out to, I feel like they'll call you. But there's an energy of starting afresh. And you know how it is when somebody's going through an awakening. Like, you guys probably know, because that's how I feel like your energy is. You guys know, like, you feel like your feet are on the roof and you just feel like everything's upside down, and you can't catch a breath. I don't know whether they're going through that right now or whether that is what they're going to be going through before this happens, but Spirit's calling you to, if you ever feel alone or you feel helpless in this connection, ask for help with them. That's really calling out to me. Ask for help. They can hear you. I feel like some of you guys at night talk to Spirit, ask Spirit to help. They're asking you to help. Or sometimes you guys want to focus, and sometimes you get stuck and you're like, okay, I need to focus on this on my own, but Spirit are here to help you and comfort you through this, because this is your person. These cards would not come through if they weren't. Pile number 4. Is this person gonna come back? I don't know why I'm asking, is this person gonna come back? Oh my god, guys, you have the Page of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. I feel so like giddy, and I don't know why. Like, I feel really excited for you, and I don't know why. I feel like right now either you or this person's dealing with wounds, because this is at the back of the deck, the Three of Swords, but these wounds had to be released for you to have this. So I feel like you either triggered that within each other, or you just mirrored each other's wounds. But the thing is that the only reason there may be a little bit of a separation right now is because you had to release that to come back to each other, because if those wounds were still imminent in either you or this person, then they would have stopped the connection reaching this beautiful energy that it's going to be stepping into. So you guys had to release these wounds in order for this to happen. And I feel like this person is looking at your social media. This person is making keeping tabs on you. You know, this person is looking into your energy. They're looking at what you're doing. They are for some of you guys, if you were drawn to like pile 1 and then pile 4, I talked in pile 1 because they're taking me to pile 1. There was an energy in pile 1 where one of them had ascended and the other one had to make a decision whether they would or whether they wouldn't, and there was a split timeline where some of them, the person would stay where they were, and some of them they were ascend. So I don't know whether you watched pile 1 and then jumped to pile 4. If you did, I feel like this is the energy of this person ascending and you having this. This is only if you were drawn to pile 1 though. But I just feel like this person is looking at your social media. This person is wondering about you. This person's trying to manifest you in. There's a lot of passionate energy. I feel like there's a psychic connection. You guys may be having dreams about each other. I'm seeing somebody at night, like on a laptop. I don't know whether this person works on a laptop, but I see somebody at night, like on a laptop, and like looking at your Facebook or looking at your Snapchat or like looking at your Instagram or whatever you do on a laptop. I don't know. The only social media I have is Instagram, so I don't really know. But I really see them. They want this with you, and I feel like it's triggering an awakening within them. I don't know whether you opened them up to spirituality. I don't know whether you open them up to... I feel like you open their minds. And it triggered... The thing is, sometimes when we meet significant connections, they trigger an awakening within us. You know? And I feel like this is happening here. These are beautiful cards. Sorry, I'm just staring at them in awe because I'm like, wow. Must be nice. That's how I feel. But yeah, what's happening right now is the Three of Swords. What's happening right now is there's releasing... But it's so that this new beginning can come. This fresh energy can come. I feel like you both may be light workers, or you both may be building something together. If you're not building like an actual work or business together, then you're building just like a little mini empire for you, like a house, a family. That's what you're building together, you know? But straight away, guys, before I even pulled these cards, I felt it. This is destined, okay? So I wouldn't stress. If you guys are like worrying and you're like, oh my god, like I don't know whether this person's gonna come back, like I truly love this person, Spirit's calling you right now to just focus on you and yourself. Because even if you were to try and shift this person right now, it could work against the connection, or it could push that person away. You want to just focus on you and stay grounded and stay in your own energy, you know what I mean? And stay working on any wounds that may have come up for you, and stay being content with where you're at and keep pushing forward on your mission. I feel like you guys are very aware, because we're in Akashic Records. I feel like you guys are aware in some way of your mission, or you have an intuitive nudge to what your mission is, and Spirit's saying to keep going down that path, because you're on the right track. I'm hearing you need to keep focusing on yourself. This person needs to focus on themselves, because the more you do that and connect with yourselves is when you're being put onto that timeline to rekindle this. And this is where all of this beauty comes in. but I think even if you're like not even like the best at like knowing tarot, like you're still learning tarot, I think anyone could look at these cards and be like, yeah, this is divine, this is a divine connection, and this person wants abundance with you, you know. There's a lot of heart energy here, and there's a lot more to come, I'm hearing. So that is all I have for you, pile number 4. I hope you enjoyed this and it brought you some clarity. I'm sending you guys lots and lots of love. I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.